Hi everyone, it's Nadia from YARNutopia. Today we are making number 145 Granny Square of our 365 Days of Granny Squares. We're getting so far in this project, I'm so excited. This one today has a written pattern written by Aurora. We've used a few of her patterns in the past. I just love how her patterns are written. This one is called Grabbing Chains, and you can get the written pattern, access that either at the bottom of my blog post for the 365 Days of Granny Squares or in the description of this video. I'm gonna link it there so you can get that written pattern, follow along today. Also, there are other links in the description of this video, link to my blog YARNutopia.com, link to Facebook and Instagram. Make sure you're following me on both platforms and share your photos. Share today's Granny Square in the comment section of today's post on Facebook, and on Instagram make sure to hashtag 365 Days of Granny Squares and hashtag YARNutopia so that I can see your work. In today's square, we are using double crochets, front post double crochets, and half double crochets to create this beautiful design. I'm using Red Heart Super Saver yarn. This is just scraps that I have available from previous projects that I've just collected. So you can use any type of 10-ply or 8-ply yarn that you have. And we are demonstrating this in an H size hook, which is 5mm. So make sure you have that handy, as well as a yarn needle and a scissors so you can cut your yarn, sew in your ends when you're changing color. You can change color more frequently than I did. I just used 2 colors today, but you can use as many colors as you want. And I'd really like to see your color combination, so make sure you share your photos online. And you can Snapchat me as well. I'm YARNutopia on Snapchat, so make sure you snap me, follow me there. You can see behind the scenes clips of what we do here at YARNutopia headquarters and things I like to do in my personal life, so you can follow me anywhere really. And what else? Oh, make sure to subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. Obviously, we have to give a big thank you to my dad, Fuad, Azmat, for taking the time out to make these videos with us. He is awesome at what he does. He stands over me the whole time we're filming and just like make sure that you guys can see all the stitches. So thank you to him. Make sure you're subscribing to our channel, like I said, so you can get the update on when he posts our next video. And if you have a chance, go to our channel on YouTube, and on the right hand side there's a blue button. It says support. Make sure you click that and support us so we can keep bringing you fantastic crochet content. So let's get started in making number 145 Granny Square. Let's start off with a slip knot. So put your short end over your long end, fold that down and pull that through. Pull tight, grab your your hook, and let's get started. Let's start off by chaining 4. So yarn over and pull through 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we're going to go way over here to this very first chain right there, and we're going to slip stitch in there. So go into that chain and then yarn over and pull it through and through. Okay, so now we've created a ring. Okay, we're going to work round 1 in that ring. If you know how to make the magic ring, you can start that way as well, but just go on to here. We're going to chain up 3, so yarn over, pull through 1, 2, 3, and that counts as our first double crochet of this round. And now we have to put 15 double crochets into this center ring here. So yarn over, go into this ring here, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and then yarn over and pull through 2 loops. So that's a double crochet. Again, yarn over, go into that ring, yarn over and pull it through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and then yarn over and pull through 2 loops. That's 2. Yarn over, go into the ring, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. So that's 3. This is 4, 5, 6, 7. You can see I'm working in a circular form as well. This is 8, 9, 10, and if you need to, scoot these over so you have room. What is this, 11, 12, 13, 14, one more here, 15. So now I would count back 16 because remember this chain up 3 counted as our first stitch, so you should have 16 stitches including this chain up 3 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. So now slip stitch to the beginning, chain up 3, so 1, 2, 3. Right at the top there, I like to go in the first loop and the second loop. So there's 2 loops on the top there and 1 loop underneath there, and then we can yarn over and pull it through and through. So there is round 1, super simple. Going right into round 2, we are going to chain 5. So yarn over and pull through 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And what that counts as is the first 3 chains count as our first double crochet, and the next 2 chains count as our chain 2 space. I always say that, 2 chains. Like this video if you get that reference. Then double crochet into the same stitch here. So yarn over, go into the same chain up 3 here that we just slip stitched into, go right into there, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Okay, so that creates our V-stitch. It's a double crochet, chain 2, and a double crochet. Now we are going to chain 1, so yarn over and pull through. We are going to skip this next double crochet, and then we're going to put our V-stitch in the next double crochet. So yarn over, go into this double, so skip this one and go into this one here, and then we're going to yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Then chain 2, 1, 2, and then put another double crochet back into that same stitch. Okay, then we're going to chain 1, skip a stitch, and V-stitch in the next stitch. So double crochet, chain 2, and double crochet in that same stitch. Okay, then chain 1, skip a stitch, and then put a V-stitch in the next stitch. So our V-stitch is double crochet, chain 2, and double crochet in that same stitch. Okay, so do that all around, and then I'll meet you up and we'll go on to round 3 together. When you're finished with this round and doing your last V-stitch, make sure to chain 1 and skip the very last stitch here, and then slip stitch to the 3rd chain of this beginning chain up 5. So 1, 2, 3, right in this 3rd chain, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and through. Now, I'm not going to change color. If you are going to change color, just fasten off here and insert your hook into any chain 2 space of any V-stitch. But I am going to actually just continue on with the same color, so I'm just going to slip stitch into this chain 2 space, yarn over, pull through, and through. And now, going on to round 3, we are going to chain up 3, so yarn over, pull through, 1, 2, and 3, and that counts as our first double crochet. And now we are going to put 2 double crochet into the same chain 2 space. So yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Yarn over, go back into that same chain 2 space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Now we are going to front post double crochet around this double crochet here. So yarn over, go into the chain 2 space, around this post, out the chain 1 space, then yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, and then yarn over and pull through 2 loops. So that's a front post double crochet. Now we are going to put just 1 double crochet into this chain 1 space right here. So yarn over, go into this chain 1 space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Now we need to put a front post double crochet around this double crochet here. So yarn over, go into the chain 1 space, around this post, out the chain 2 space, then yarn over and pull it through, yarn over and pull that through 2 loops, and then yarn over and pull it through the last 2 loops on your hook. Okay, that's a front post double crochet. Now in the chain 2 space right here, we're going to put 3 double crochets. So yarn over, go into the chain 2 space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. 1, 2, and 3. And now we're just going to repeat what we've been doing. So put a front post double crochet around this double crochet. So go yarn over, go into the chain 2 space, out the chain 1 space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Put 1 double crochet into the chain 1 space, and then put a front post double crochet around this double crochet here. And then once you're in the chain 2 space, you want to put 3 double crochets in this chain 2 space. And the chain 2 spaces are right in between these 2 double crochets. It's the V stitch basically. So put 3 double crochets in there, and then repeat. So front post double crochet in here, then a double crochet in the chain 1 space, then a front post double crochet around the next double crochet, and then 3 double crochets in the chain 2 space. So just repeat that all the way around, and then I'll meet you up and we'll go on to round 4 together. When you're finishing this round, make sure to double crochet into this last chain 1 space and front post double crochet around this first stitch here. This is my first chain up 3 of the previous round, so make sure you do not forget that. So you have to end this round on a front post double crochet. Then we're going to slip stitch to the beginning chain up 3 here, 1, 2, 3. So go in, then yarn over, pull through, and through. Now at this point, if you are not changing color, slip stitch into this next stitch right here and chain up 5. And go on to round 4 with me. But I am actually going to change color, so I'm going to chain 1, cut this yarn, pull this through. I'm going to pull that tight and go directly into that next stitch where I told you to slip stitch into if you weren't changing color. So the very next stitch, not the chain up 3, but right after it, okay? And then I'm going to go and grab my new color, hook that on my hook, and pull that through. Okay, I'm going to chain up 5, so yarn over, pull through, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and that counts as our first double crochet. So these first 3 chains count as our first double crochet, and these next 2 chains count as our chain 2 space. And we are going to put a double crochet back into that same stitch that we attached our color to. So yarn over, go back into that same stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Okay, just like that. So now it looks like double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, or aka our V stitch. So now we are going to, let's see here, chain 2, so yarn over, pull through 1 and 2. We are going to skip the next 2 stitches, so skip this double crochet and this front post double crochet, and we're going to put a front post double crochet around this stitch that we put in the chain 1 space of the previous round. So yarn over, go to this side of it, around it to this side, just like that, then yarn over and pull it through, then yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Front post double crochet. Then we are going to put a chain 2, so yarn over, pull through 1 and 2, and we are going to skip these next 2 stitches right here, this front post double crochet and this double crochet here, and we're going to put a V stitch in this stitch right here. So yarn over, go in with a double crochet, then chain 2, 1, 2, and then put a double crochet back in there. And then we're just going to repeat what we've been doing. So chain 2, 1, 2, skip 2 stitches, put a front post double crochet around this stitch here, so going from this side around the post, then yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2. Then chain 2, 1, 2, skip 2 stitches, so 1, 2, in this, I guess it's the middle stitch of the 3 double crochets that were in the chain 2 space, so this middle stitch here gets a V stitch. So that's double crochet, chain 2, and then a double crochet back in there. Just like that. So then chain 2, skip 2 stitches, put a front post double crochet around this next stitch, then chain 2, skip 2 stitches, and put a V-stitch in the next stitch. So just continue working that same pattern all the way around, and then I'll meet you up at the end of round 4 and we'll go on to round 5 together. Alright, when you finish this round, make sure to chain 2 after your last front post double crochet, and then skip these 2 stitches and slip stitch to the beginning 3rd chain of the chain up 5. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and through. Now if you're sticking with this color, make sure to slip stitch into this chain 2 space and chain up 3 and go on to round 5 with me. But I'm actually going to change color. So I'm going to chain 1, cut that, pull that, insert my hook into the chain 2 space, or any chain 2 of any V stitch. You can start in any V stitch. But I'm going to start right in there, hook on my color, and pull that through. Now we are going to make our square shape. So chain up 3, 1, 2, 3, and we are going to put a double crochet into the same stitch, or in the same chain 2 space. So yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. Then we are going to chain 2, so 1, 2, and put 2 more double crochet into that same chain 2 space. So 1 and 2. Okay, and that, my friends, is a corner. That's our first corner. Now we're going to put a double crochet into this double crochet right here. So yarn over, go right into this double crochet, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through 2. In this chain 2 space, we're going to put 2 double crochet. So 1 and 2. In this front post double crochet, we're going to put a double crochet. In this next chain 2 space, we're going to put 2 double crochet. And now we are going to work with half double crochets. We're going to put a half double crochet into this double crochet. So yarn over, go into this stitch, yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. That's a half double crochet. Then we're going to put 1 half double crochet into this chain 2 space here. So yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. And then we're going to put a half double crochet into this next stitch right here. So yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Now we are going to work this other side here until we get to our next corner. We're going to put 2 double crochet into this next chain 2 space. Then we are going to put a double crochet into this front post double crochet. Then we are going to put 2 double crochet into this chain 2 space. And then in this next double crochet, we are going to put a double crochet. Now in this next chain 2 space here, we are going to put, this is in this next V stitch, we are going to make our corner. So our corner is 2 double crochet, so 1, 2, then chain 2, 1, 2, and then 2 more double crochet. So 1 and 2, all in that same V stitch. That's our corner. Now we're going to repeat what we did on this side for this side here. So double crochet into this double crochet, then 2 double crochet in this chain 2 space, then a double crochet in this front post double crochet, then 2 double crochet in the next chain 2 space. Now we're going to work with half double crochets. So we're going to half double crochet into this double crochet. We are going to put a half double crochet into this chain 2 space of the V stitch here. Then we are going to put a half double crochet into this next double crochet right here. And now we're working back with double crochets. We're going to put 2 double crochet into the next chain 2 space. Then we're going to put a double crochet into this front post double crochet here. Then we're going to put 2 double crochet into this chain 2 space here. And we're going to put a double crochet into this next double crochet right here. And now in this V stitch, we are going to make our corner. So that's 2 double crochet, chain 2, and 2 double crochet, all into that same V stitch. Okay, working on our next side, we are going to put a double crochet in this double crochet, 2 double crochet in this chain 2 space, a double crochet into this front post double crochet, 2 double crochet in the next chain 2 space, and now we're working with half double crochet. We're going to half double crochet into this double crochet, then half double crochet into this chain 2 space, and then a half double crochet into this double crochet here. Now we're working back with double crochets, so we're going to put 2 double crochets into this chain 2 space, then a double crochet into this front post double crochet, then 2 double crochets in this chain 2 space, and then a double crochet in the next stitch right here. And now we're going to make our corner stitches. So in this V stitch here, this chain 2 space, we're going to put 2 double crochet, chain 2, and 2 double crochet. Perfect. Oh, we're on our last side here. All right, let's get it done. We're going to do a double crochet in this double crochet, 2 double crochet in the chain 2 space, a double crochet in this front post double crochet, 2 double crochets in this chain 2 space, and now we're working with half double crochets. So yarn over, go into this double crochet for a half double crochet. So yarn over, pull through all 3. Yarn over, go into the chain 2 space of this V stitch and make your half double crochet, and a half double crochet into this double crochet here. Now working again with double crochets, put 2 double crochets into this chain 2 space, and then a double crochet in this front post double crochet, and then 2 double crochets into this chain 2 space, and don't forget to put a double crochet into this last stitch right here. So double crochet, there we go. Now once you're finished, we're going to slip stitch to the very beginning, the chain up 3 here, 1, 2, 3, insert your hook, yarn over and pull through and through. My square is big enough, so I'm going to fasten off. If you need to, go on to round 6 with the written pattern, but I'm going to chain 1 and cut this, pull that through and pull tight. I'm going to grab my yarn needle right away and sew in my ends. I suggest you sew in your ends as you go, and just like this under the corresponding color. I know I show it in every video, but I just want to say, you know, make sure you're sewing in your ends so you don't have to do it at the end of your big project. I've got a few here that I need to sew in. I guess I got carried away in crocheting, got so excited today to finish this square. We are finished with number 145, so there you have it. And big thank you to Aurora for allowing us to use her patterns in this big project. She writes her patterns so beautifully and they're very clear, and I really like how they turn out. So I'm just sewing in my last 2 ends here. We have this last one. So make sure you're checking out those links in the description of this video, link to my blog, link to the written pattern, link to Facebook and Instagram. Make sure you're hashtagging 365 Days of Granny Squares and hashtag YARNutopia. You can even like tag me in your photos on Instagram. I actually like that. And also you can Snapchat me your squares. Some of you have been Snapchatting me your squares and I absolutely love your creations. I'm definitely going to need to block this square, so I'm just going to pin it down and then spray it and let it dry. I spray it with just plain water, but if you have some type of mixture, if you know how to do blocking better than just using water, leave a comment to this video and let me know what your blocking method is. So there it is, number 145. It looks so fantastic. Thanks again for watching, everyone. Have a great rest of your day, and as always, happy hooking!